Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. If you're interested in subscribing to the channel, you can go to patreon.com, look up Engelgeist, and choose a subscription level. Depending on the subscription level you choose, there's readings that are available only over on the Patreon page. You also get the daily forecast over there a day early. So for those of you that tune in with me every morning, I've noticed the numbers for daily viewers has gone up. Thank you guys for attending. I really appreciate it, even if you don't speak up. And for those of you that have been hitting the like button the last few days, I really appreciate that too. It's really important that people get in the habit of doing that. I need to ask for that more. So if you do enjoy my content, please hit that thumbs up button on YouTube. It really helps. It lets YouTube know that people are appreciating the videos, and then they potentially put it out to other people to watch it. It sort of helps algorithms. So for those of you, I just have to go through, for those of you that watch me regularly, I'm going to go through my daily spiel. This is a broad spectrum reading intended for the greater collective. Therefore, it's for anybody who watches it at any time. It is originally created for the date of Wednesday, the 6th of December. Sorry, we're not in December, we're in January. The 6th of January, but it is not only set for that date. If you're seeing this at a different date and time, that's completely fine. It may be reaching you when it's supposed to. I like to believe that our own higher self, our spirit guides, and spirit itself has ways of reaching us and getting us the message exactly when we need it. So keeping that in mind, if you're watching it on a date other than the date it was originally created for, that's fine. If it doesn't fit or it doesn't make sense, that doesn't mean anything's wrong. You just might be working on something different at this time than what the majority of the viewers who will see this will be working on. So you can always just try another one of my videos if you like, or a different reader. Always with online readings, you want to use your highest intelligence and intuition first and foremost when making your decisions. Any decisions you make in your life after having watched any of my videos are solely your responsibility, so know that, and never take anything that I say over that of the advice or suggestions of a professional in their field, like a doctor, a lawyer, or a therapist. Always heed what they say first and foremost, okay? This is not meant to replace that in any way, shape, or form. All right, so this is for Wednesday the 6th. Let's see what we've got going on. We're going to build on the energy, see what the cards want to tell us. What do we need to know? And our card for the day is, that Hermit energy. I feel like he's coming in to say one last final goodbye. We had him at the beginning of the week as the underpinning. We're talking about double down Hermit energy here, guys. So Major Arcana, this should be an impactful and important day. I think that we're prepared and ready for it, judging by yesterday's reading. Yesterday was that beautiful Two of Cups, ending with the Queen of Cups. There was the steadiness of the Knight of Pentacles in the card there, and we have that Virgo energy here in the Hermit, right? So there's that steadiness there too. The Hermit is all about sort of doing that internal spiritual work, dialogue, conversation, reflection, whatever it is that you need to have within yourself so that you can understand your own true light, your own true kind of purpose, meaning. It definitely has a spiritual connotation or connection to it. I love how he holds that lamp, which is this little star, right, that has this light that kind of lights his way, right? And it's, to me, metaphorically, that's like the light of our truest self, right? And the Hermit helps us go in to find that light. He sort of acts as our guide. That's kind of how I view the Hermit card. So there's discernment with the Hermit, there's connection with the Hermit, it's certainly spiritual connection, there's a depth to the Hermit that we want to research today, and I think that we're ready to do so. We're even ready to go even deeper is kind of the feeling of why I see this card coming up twice this week. I feel like he's bringing us important information, or we can access important information at the very depths of who we are. And this will be information that will sort of strengthen us. If this is a day of self-care for some of you, or a day of just kind of shutting out the world, that's completely fine. The Hermit can represent that too. But while we're shutting out the world, we want to make sure, because this is a common habit of mine, is I'll shut out the world and I'll do nothing with that time. when I have that quiet time. I'll just kind of lull out, spend time with my dogs. Although that's valuable and I love it and it's one of my happiest places to be, I could be doing some sort of self-reflection or inner reflection at that time, you know? So sometimes I just totally laze out and go brain dead. We don't want to do that with this energy. I feel like the Hermit brings us this wonderful opportunity to kind of explore who we are, how we feel, what we know, what we've been through, and bring sort of the light to it, or bring it to light so that we can utilize it to kind of take on the next step of our journey, right? And that's exactly what he's doing with this lamp, is he's lighting the way. So let me start to shuffle for clarifiers. You know, you guys could even start reflecting right now. Remember, after this Virgo energy, we're moving into that Knight of Pentacles, right? We're in the midweek. This is Wednesday's reading, so we should be hitting that Knight of Pentacles energy, which we saw him yesterday in the clarifiers. So I love Virgo still kind of, or not Virgo, the Hermit is still kind of holding on here. There's still a depth here. There's still a steadiness. Remember that Knight of Pentacles energy, if some of you guys are getting into that, being a little bit more, not cautious, but like discerning about what steps to take, which, decisions to make, and what are the ramifications of those decisions. Looking at, not rushing into things, but being methodical and practical, being smart and in tune, right, with whatever it is that we're approaching today, engaging in. Some of us with the Hermit energy, we may not be engaging in much, but that's okay. That's a choice. And we're careful about that choice. That's that sort of Knight of Pentacles energy that might be also existing within this time, right? Because we could be the underpinning of this Hermit. We saw Hermit on Sunday, so he would be the first couple of days. We're seeing the Hermit again, but we also have that Knight of Pentacles. So they're doing a dance this week for sure. All right, so let's look at what the clarifiers are. So we have the Two of Swords. This can represent swords as the element of air and the mind or the intellect. It can be sometimes contracts, writings, things like that, musings of the mind. Essentially, the Two of Swords sometimes can offer conflict. To me, it can also be a firm and hard no, right? Where we're listening to intuitively, we see this moon here and how her arms are crossed with the blindfold on. That's sometimes where I get that no. Some of you might be drawing boundaries today. The Two of Swords does not have to be a bad card. It can indicate sort of being stuck or not being sure, like you need a little bit more information as to move forward. The Hermit may be bringing you that information, and that might be the slow nature of the Knight of Pentacles that we see too. We may not feel as though we can move completely forward. There's some of you that might be in resistance to moving forward, right? That's the crossed arms across her chest. We might be saying, no, not today. I'm not doing this today. I'm taking time for myself. It's completely acceptable and fine. Do it. I'm all for it. I'm not making that decision for you. You have to make that decision for yourself. But if you find yourself shutting out the world, that's okay today. But make sure that when you shut out, or if you choose to shut out, that you utilize the time to sort of place yourself first, do that self-care, do that exploration. The blindfold on her eyes sometimes indicates an outside, resistance that we have to fight against. To me, this feels more like it's introspection. It's more of that idea of, okay, go inward, find that answer within ourselves. That moon in the card is really pulling my attention. So to me, that moon represents sort of the quieter, more subtle, subconscious side of us, right? So we need to blend our thoughts with our intuitions. Our intuitions would also be in that Virgo card, or in that Hermit card, right? That spiritual inkling, finding that light within us and the answer within us to maybe make our decisions. And if we have to, I don't want to say put out the rest of the world, but if we have to kind of remove ourselves for a moment to do so, then do that, all right? For some of you, if we're feeling like we don't have all the information, I feel like before we can move, we're feeling maybe a little stuck, because the Two of Swords could represent a stuck energy for some of you. The Hermit will find that answer for you if you take the time, calm down, breathe, and just sit in the moment, get into the present moment and bond with this. Bring your intuition and your mind together in this Two of Swords idea, right? This coupling, and you'll find that answer. All right, the next card is the Sun. All right, I love it. The Sun to me is about the Sun. It's first off a very affirmative card, right? So when I get a no from the Two of Swords, I get a yes from the Sun. So talk about a bit of a roller coaster, right? But I do feel like Sun is the element of, or sorry, not the element. It is obviously, it would be probably the element of fire, but it would be the sign of Leo, right? Which Leo is very gregarious, very generous, very abundant, just in its energy, right? The sun gives life to everything. When the sun comes in, it's a positive affirmation, certainly. I feel like the sun to me looks like the light that's being shined in the hermit's lamp. Uh, so I'm going to determine this in two different ways for you guys. For some of you that feel stuck, the sun, like, don't lose faith or hope. Go inward, do this hermit energy, and allow the light to sort of pervade. It will come through. Positivity will prevail. The sun will overshadow the Two of Swords or that stuck feeling you may be feeling. The sun is that light that is within us, right? That we see in that lamp. But we have to access it. So for those of you that feel a little bit stuck in that Two of Swords energy and you need to go inward through with this hermit energy, move carefully with that Knight of Pentacles sort of energy that underpins all of this, and move towards that. The other thing I love about this Sun card to me is it brings about that idea of the Strength card, right? Because traditionally strength is always pictured with that lion. And we see this theme of the end of the week, we're ending out with that Strength card. We also have the Strength stone. The strength is underneath all of this today. So we're trying to find this internal wisdom / strength within us this week. And I think that these cards are telling this story about it. Yesterday was certainly an emotional strength that we were seeing that was building. Now we're going deeper again with this hermit. We are searching and fearless in our search here with this Two of Swords. Whether we're choosing the search or the search is feeling it's as though it's being forced upon us, the sun indicates that don't worry, light will shine soon enough and we will know our answers, right? In a very big, profound, and probably like abundant, opulent, sort of wonderful way, because that's kind of how the energy of Leo will deliver it. But we have to have that faith, right? And by that point, you know, if we do this over the next, say, 2 days, or as the cards play out, I feel like this sun is an indication of that strength card that we saw on Sunday coming in, right? Sun heralding in that Leo energy, Leo being attached to that lion being on the strength card, right? So we feel imbued with the energy, the power of the sun and the energy of Leo to sort of feel stronger by week's end. So keep focusing towards that positivity and that light that is within you. Now, the next card and last clarifier is this beautiful Ten of Pentacles. Now, I believe we saw the Ten of Pentacles. I cannot remember all of the cards we had last week, but I feel like the Ten of Pentacles might have been in the first run of clarifiers. I would have to go back and watch Sunday's video. If you want to choose to go back and watch it, it will be down in the bottom left-hand corner of this when this video ends. The Ten of Pentacles is all about material abundance and wealth. What I feel like is going on here, as I'm looking at this particular run of cards, is I feel like the story here is as we gain this knowledge of ourself and our true light, our true understanding, and we sort of have the power of the energy of that sun, that brightness, that is that light, it helps to manifest things for us in the physical realm, right? That's the abundance that we see not only for ourselves, but for those that we love in that Ten of Pentacles. It's like the highest material ideal or opportunity for creation, right? And so I feel like we're doing this sort of inner work or this inner understanding. We're searching and fearless in this way to sort of find that our light, find our answers, find our connection, because we then, you know, interact with people differently. We interact in the world differently, and we receive different things from the material world. And that's kind of the Ten of Pentacles. So if we see from, you know, I kind of get a feeling that this Ten of Pentacles is more a little bit in the future. As we do this work and we begin to let this light shine stronger and stronger, again, there's that word strong, right, which comes from strength. We start to see the physical manifestation of that coming back to us through material opportunities in our day-to-day world, right? If that's raises in money or opportunities for new work or just sort of manifesting some type of physical abundance that really pleases us. That's what I see coming out of all of this work that we're doing right now. So keep that up, guys. All right, let's look at the grounding stone. This is something we want to ground in for the day to help make this all the more practical and real. And we've got on Snowflake Obsidian, sharing. Now, when I think of the word sharing, It's interesting because we have this Hermit energy and the Knight of Pentacles energy, which don't necessarily, that Knight is underpinning this, right? What I want to say about that is the Knight is not necessarily the most sharing guy either. He moves at his own pace, and the Hermit is almost retractable. Same with the Two of Swords. The Sun, though, and the Ten of Pentacles are about sharing, as far as I'm concerned. The Sun shares its rays and its light, and the Ten of Pentacles is that sort of idea of taking care of not only ourselves materially, but those that we love. We see that family, the pets, all of those things. Everybody's happy and everything's all right in that card. Ultimately, when I think about this sharing, I think this is more about sharing within ourselves what it is that we need or what it is that we desire at first, right? That's more the Hermit energy, and then slowly working towards that through the Knight of Pentacles, gaining that strength, checking our beliefs. I'm just thinking about the different stones that we've seen this week, and as far as grounding and what the message would be if I bring these all together, bringing that into that state of gratitude, right? And then maybe sharing those the strength of our beliefs, our gratitude, help to also create the material wealth that we see out, like that's gonna sort of maybe flow forth through this Sun and this Ten of Pentacles. The Sun is happening now as we seek the light within through the Hermit and the Two of Swords, and we kind of align that light within our mental realm too. We start to act physically or actively in that way. We start to attract that Ten of Pentacles energy. So what it is that we're sharing out, even if we're only sharing it with ourselves right now, is kind of a value. So if we're sharing out a vibration kind of negativity, disbelief, or inability, we're going to only reap more of that. That's why I feel like we want to get into the power of the Sun, the light of the Hermit, and the wisdom of the Hermit. Do the work. We should ideally, from yesterday's reading, feel emotionally stable enough to do that, and then watch the sort of material benefits begin to culminate or come our way. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. All right, so that is your forecast for the day, guys. I hope that it makes sense. I hope that it inspires you. I hope that it supports you in some way, shape, or form. If you do enjoy these readings, please, please, please hit the thumbs up. And if you feel so inclined, subscribe to the channel and follow. Come join us every day. And hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live for different charming and card events. And I will see you guys soon. Private readings are always available. You can message me at the Facebook business page. And take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.